am Stephanie Cunningham, also known as the LadyCabarei. That's LadyCabarei. I can be found on Instagram at LadyCabarei. And this is actually one of my favorite cosplays, my Wild West Wonder Woman. This was actually one of the first real character cosplays that I did, which it meant a lot to me because before, I kind of felt like I was playing around with it, dabbling in it a little bit, but this was the first time I really had time to actually sit and plan and make a costume like this. It depends. Most of my cosplays I do handcraft. Now, if there is something that might be a little complicated, like I may need a wire frame or something like that, that is absolutely commissioned because I am not that advanced yet. But most of my, if anything dealing with sewing, I usually do myself. Let's see, I didn't really start making cosplays until actually a couple of years ago. My first one, I would have to say, was my D&D Eladrin elf that I wore to DragonCon 2017 or 2018. So that was the first major one. But as far as like little minor, let me cute dress up cosplays, I've probably been doing that since, I want to say, college, since I met you. For me, I feel like there's a lot more in nerd culture that I can relate to. And also with I'd say especially with the uptick of representation that we're starting to see, it definitely makes it a lot easier, or even some of the scenarios that some of my favorite anime characters or some of my favorite comic book characters go through is a lot more relatable than some of the things I actually see in real life, which is saying something. I think I would have to say it started with Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones, I feel like, is what pulled it to the mainstream. And then it's like after Game of Thrones and they saw how popular it could be and how much money it could make, I feel like nerd culture kind of exploded from there. In between that and the Disney Marvel movies are another factor I would say definitely contributed to the explosion. Mildly so. Like, I feel like it could definitely be better. Like, I do appreciate that we're coming out of the stereotypes and actually seeing more main characters. You're seeing more black elves that don't necessarily have straight hair. You actually see them have afros and their hair is braided. That is something that I honestly did not expect to see for much longer because, again, I didn't really see it growing up, but it is awesome that we can see it now. But we can always do better as far as the representation, because I still feel like we're a step in the right direction, so we are getting there. I mean, yeah, I was gonna say we're kind of in the costume, but as far as who I relate to, no, it's still Poison Ivy. I don't know what it is sometimes. You can be just walking down the street minding your own business, and all of a sudden, hey, you're hot. So, what's your number? And it's like, sir, or ma'am, because it's also happened on the other side. But it's one of those things where it's like, I don't know what it is. Not to toot my own horn, I do have some strange je ne sais quoi. But I say that is how I relate to Poison Ivy, because it feels like no matter what she does, there's always someone that's peeking around the corner like, hey, you. Let's see, so of course we have Wild West Wonder Woman, which I know is a personal favorite of yours. There's also, as I stated before, my Dungeons & Dragons Eladrin elf of the Summer Court. We also have the major one that I actually just won my first contest with back at ATL Comic Convention, my Carnival Poison Ivy, which was a huge hit. I was not expecting to receive that kind of love on it. And as far as closet cosplays, I also have my Winter Witch. There's also the Poison Ivy of Christmas present that I wore to the one and only Winterfest that MomoCon ever had, which is tragic because Winterfest was great. I feel like MomoCon is different in the fact of, one, the anime base for it. I feel like it's like no other. Yes, you have AWA. DragonCon, I feel like, is more geared towards comic book, Star Trek, more towards the sci-fi and comic book end of the nerd spectrum. But here I feel like it's more anime based, which I love anime, so who would not want to be at a heavily anime based con with all of these options, like this whole gaming thing? Indeed. So Urban NerdCon is think of it like Atlanta's BlerdCon or Atlanta's Black NerdCon. At least that is what we are striving to be. We did start out in Birmingham before, but now that we've grown a little, we have come to a bigger space. And with Atlanta being the Black Nerd Mecca, why not have a Black NerdCon here that, again, it's a Black nerd-based con with lots of great guests, including Apophis from Stargate SG-1, if anybody remembers that. Am I showing my age? Probably. That's okay. Sure. I am actually the cosplay track lead. I am hosting the cosplay showcase along with the costume contest, which sign up for the costume contest, $500 first prize, plus a free night hotel stay and 2 badges. So I need y'all to sign up for that. Okay. The weekend of July 23rd, and we will be at the Sheraton downtown, the same Sheraton that's held DragonCon. So we will be at the Sheraton downtown, weekend of July 23rd. We will be there that Friday to that Sunday. And come see us in the booth.
I love you so much, Stephanie.
I'm so happy
you're here. Like, we just go so way back. We like peanut butter and almond butter, like just two perfect things that are different, but yet they're amazing together. I'm so happy you are here. So happy that we are press buddies. We're press buddies, yes. Always, yeah, you're always busy. So I'm just so happy you're here. Thank you for being on my channel.
Of course.
And let's do a call to action. If you want to see more of Stephanie, how about you hit that subscribe button and leave this video a like right here below. Stephanie will blow you a kiss if you do.
All right, see you later.
All right, thank you so much.
You're welcome, hon. It was so good to see you. Hey, bye.